Neureto. GRE Verbal Reasoning. Reading comprehension, inference questions. What inference actually means? An inference is a claim the passage forces you to accept, not one that fits the topic, not one that feels reasonable, forces you to accept. Here is the test. If you can imagine a version of the passage where the candidate claim is false, that claim is not a forced inference. Eliminate it. Stay inside the text. Use only what is on the page. Background knowledge does not count, even when it is obviously true in the real world. Two sources you might lean on: what the author wrote and what you already know to be true. For inference, only the first one counts as evidence. Track the hedges. Scope words: some, many, often. Circle them. If an answer choice swaps any of those for all or always, that answer has left the page. Watch how the trap drops the hedge. The passage says, some critics argued. The trap answer says, critics argued, quietly meaning all critics. Same sentence, bigger claim, wrong answer. The overreach trap. Concrete example. The passage said some early printers ran at a loss. The trap upgrades quantity from some to most and intensity from ran at a loss to failed financially. Two upgrades in one answer. Eliminate. The reason this trap wins is fatigue. Sounds about right is a different filter from the text forces this. Inference questions only reward the second filter. A worked passage. Read the fragment. A 1923 review praised Vella Orsini's harp work as surprisingly modern for a player trained on parlor pieces. What is forced? That Orsini trained on parlor pieces? The reviewer treats it as given. What is not forced? That she was the most modern harpist of her era. Surprisingly modern is a long way from most modern. The inference often hides in the subordinate clause. For a player trained on parlor pieces is not the main claim, but it is the premise the reviewer needs. That is your forced inference. Necessary, not maximal. Edge case. If two answers both seem supported, pick the weaker one. Inference rewards the minimum claim the text forces, not the strongest belief you can attribute to the author. Same passage, two answers. At least one critic objected. The objection was widespread. The passage may suggest both, but only the weaker claim is forced. Pick the weaker one. The mantra. 3 rules. First, must be true, not could be true. Second, only the page counts. Outside knowledge is noise. Third, the weakest claim the text still forces is the answer. Run a few inference questions on your own. The trap stops working once you can name it. Neureto. Stop studying what you already know.